Welcome to the Intuitive Eating and Body Positivity podcast. I'm Terry and I'll be talking about all things intuitive eating, body positivity and health at every size, and shaking off weight stigma, diet culture and food rules so that we can all have a better relationship with food and our bodies. Hi guys. Hi. It's been a week. It's really been a week. Anyway, hang on. Before I get into my stuff, how are you? Are you okay? Are you good? Have you had a good week? Are you enjoying the sun if you are part of the UK? Are you enjoying the sun if you're not a part of the UK? I don't know. What's the weather like where you are? I just hope you've had a good one. I have had a week. And I always update you on what's going on. So this episode will be no different. But I warn you, it is a tale of woe this week. And I'm sorry to start on a downer. I really am. But if I can't talk to you guys, who can I talk to, right? So first off, health-wise, not been fun this week. I've done something or got something or had something. No one seems to know what it is, but I've got this pain in my side. And I thought, because, I'm a bit educated in this stuff, I thought it might be my gallbladder or my liver, first off. And I thought, it's not really in the right place for kidneys, but, we won't rule it out. But, your head goes to all kinds of places when you start thinking and worrying about stuff. I've had this niggling feeling for a couple of months now, and it's getting progressively worse. And then last Thursday, oh my God, wasn't it horrendous? By the end of the evening, I couldn't raise my right arm without it hurting like hell. Friday morning, I was in A&E. And I was in A&E with no food, no water, nothing. Just don't eat anything, don't drink anything, sit there, we'll do all this stuff and you can eat when we say you can eat, was pretty much the message. And I was poked and I was prodded and I had tests and they were talking about scans. Well, I was waiting on a scan anyway, but they were talking about scans and then they were talking about emergencies and then they were talking about surgery. And I was like, oh, this is really actually quite worrying. And they were asking lots of questions and it was great. Do you know what? It was really, really great. They were very, very thorough, very, very kind to me. But it's just a bit of a process, isn't it? When you go to an A&E department, it's just such a process because you go in and you sit and wait and then you see triage and then you sit and wait. Well, our triage is called the pit stop. How very modern of them. So you sit in the waiting room, then you go to the pit stop and they kind of triage you. And they gave me some painkillers and some antispasmodics to stop the kind of crunching pain that was going on. Oh my goodness, that was the best thing ever. Bliss. Turns out it wasn't heavy meds. It was just muscle relaxants that I needed and painkillers that I needed. And it was brilliant because soon there was this feeling of relief and I could feel it kind of settle down a bit. And I don't know if you've ever been in that position where you've been in such pain and then something kicks in and all of a sudden you can literally feel the pain draining away. It is the best. It is the best feeling. But then because that had happened and I hadn't slept all night, then I was sat in a chair in A&E waiting room trying desperately not to fall asleep. And I was exhausted. And I was still in pain, but I was exhausted. And I was sat on a hard plastic chair. So I sat there for a couple of hours and then, because bloods and things had to come back and urine tests and this, that and the other. And I had to wait for it all to come back. And then I went through and I saw somebody else. And then I went back to the waiting room. Oh, and this went on for hours. And then they basically said, not an emergency, so go home. And we will book you in the next day or two for a scan. So I went home and I sat on the sofa all evening. And then Saturday, I barely moved. And I sat around and didn't do anything and didn't go anywhere. That's not my Saturday. I'm a pool player, as you know. Saturdays are made for being at the club playing pool. I was not at the club playing pool. Sunday, I was back to the hospital to have scans and things. And that is where I spent a large proportion of the day. And then I went home and I sat on the sofa and I did very little. And then I got into bed and, oh God, it's boring, isn't it? Being ill. Oh, it's so boring. So boring. And then it was a bank holiday and then I felt like that whole weekend had been wasted and yeah, not much fun. Still no answers. Pain is a little better now, but we'll just wait and see. We'll wait and see what it is. They don't think it's anything serious, which is great. They said it could be muscular. Also good because that'll recover itself, but, you know, I feel like a couple of months down the line, it's been a long time getting better, if you know what I mean. Anyway, that was that. And then, in the midst of all of this, Luna has done a runner. My beautiful little Luna is, and still is, out in the big wide world. All by herself. She got really spooked on the Friday morning and she bolted out the cat flap. Now, this cat flap, she has never ever shown an interest in. She has never poked her head near it. She's never peered out through it. She just has never shown an interest in it. When the door is open, she will occasionally go and sit on the step, but then the slightest bit of noise and she comes bombing back in. So she really has not shown much of an interest in being the great explorer. And I'm all right with that because she's so nervous. But she got spooked and she bolted. She ran. And she's still out there. So my beautiful, beautiful Luna is out there somewhere. I had a message just before I started to record this. I had a message from somebody who lives in a street really close. And she said, I think I saw Luna a couple of nights ago. I think I've seen her. If I see her again, I'll contact you again. But this is where I am, and this is where I think I saw her. On the whole, I really don't like Facebook. But times like this, actually, it proves to be quite a valuable resource because I'd put a post on and I'd shared it. And it has been shared a lot. We're currently on 115 shares. That's a lot, isn't it? That's a lot of people sharing a post saying, keep your eyes out for this cat. Keep your eyes out? Is that the right way of saying it? Keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes peeled. They're basically saying, take note. If you see this cat, she's missing. And this girl has messaged me off the back of that post. I don't know her. So it's been shared and shared. And then she's seen it, which is amazing. So just before I recorded this, I've been down the road and I've been having a look around and I took a bag of Dreamies treats and shook them because that girl knows a bag of Dreamies a mile off. You get the bag out the cupboard, she knows what it is. So I thought if anything's going to get her, the Dreamies will get her, but there was no sign. But I am a right classy bird. I was climbing over fences. I was rummaging through wasteland because this place where she was seen backs onto a railway lines. So don't worry, I didn't go anywhere near the railway lines, but it does mean there's lots of kind of scrubland down there. So I've been rummaging around. I've been stung by stinging nettles. I'm climbing over fences in my lovely shirt. And how I haven't cagged it, I'll never know. But anyway, I went looking. I didn't find her. But send me all your good vibes, please. And send Luna all your good vibes. She is not a cat that is wise to the world. She is not street savvy. I hope she is developing her very best cat skills and is surviving and catching her prey and, you know, finding water and whatever. But please, please send me all your good vibes and send Luna all your good vibes so that she comes home safe. I'm just waiting for her to kind of rock up at the back door and be like, I'll have some food now, please. That would be the dream. So yeah, it's been a week, right? It's been a week. Ugh. What better time to do something a little bit lighthearted than today after that week that has been. Today, we're going to do something a little bit fun. It's about food quirks. Every now and again, I just do a little bit of a fun episode, don't I? I like to give you loads of information. I love to give you useful stuff. I love to inform you and help you widen your knowledge in the area of intuitive eating and body confidence. And I want you to take and just increase your knowledge and your confidence. And that's what I do with this podcast. However, every now and again, we've got to have a bit of fun as well. Something that is not necessarily educational, not useful, just a little bit funny. So this episode is all about food quirks that make absolutely no sense, but still feel completely right. You know, those things that you like or you dislike and you can't explain why. Maybe it's a texture thing, maybe it's a habit, maybe it's just you being you. That's the sort of thing I'm looking at. I'm pretty much just sharing my own quirks. I did put a post out on Instagram, a story on Instagram, to see what yours were too, but I don't know what's happened with Instagram lately. The views, the reach has just plummeted. So I don't think that many people saw it really. If you've got anything after listening to this, feel free to still message me and tell me about it, because I like a giggle. But yeah, because I wasn't able to get much of a response through Instagram, you've pretty much just got my examples. So settle in, let's have a giggle. Feel free to laugh at me, laugh with me, however you want to look at it. And let's just embrace the chaos that is our completely illogical food preferences. So here's number one for me. Cheese in sandwiches. This is what triggered this episode for me. This is what I was thinking about when I thought, oh, this would make a good episode. Cheese in sandwiches. I always pick grated cheese over sliced cheese for a sandwich. Same cheese, same bread, same sandwich, effectively. It really makes no difference. But somehow, grated is better. Actually, I did have one response on Instagram about this because I'd use the cheese as my example to get the responses. And Amber said, oh yes, grated cheese in a sandwich is far superior. Yes, exactly that. That is exactly my choice of words. Far superior. It makes for a better sandwich. I don't care which way you look at it. There is just something better about having grated cheese in a sandwich, even if it is a bit messy to eat. I don't know why. It just feels right that way. Eggs. I like eggs in all forms. I love an egg, except when it's scrambled. Now, the only difference here is a splash of milk, isn't it? That's it. That's all you do with scrambled eggs. You put a tiny bit of milk in and you whip it all up. And yet, scrambled eggs are definitely a hard no from me. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it is. I don't think it's the texture. Do you know, I don't think it's the texture, because when I'm thinking about eating scrambled eggs, I can feel it in my mouth. I can feel the taste sensation in my mouth. And I don't like it. I just don't like it. They're not for me, scrambled eggs. You give me a poached egg. I love a poached egg. Love a fried egg. Not as much as poached, but I do love a fried egg. I love a boiled egg, you know, with a dippy egg, with soldiers. I love eggs. I really love eggs. Just not scrambled. That is wrong. Tomatoes. I love tomatoes. Baby cherry tomatoes. So good. And when you grow them yourself and they've got that smell from the greenhouse, because fresh tomatoes, they smell so much better if you just pick them. Or even if you buy them from the supermarket and they come on the vine. Do you know what I mean? They've got that smell about them, the greenhouse smell. And I love them. And even big tomatoes. Different type of taste, not so sweet. But do you know what I remember about big tomatoes? Is if my aunt had them on the side of, say, a sandwich, she'd have a sandwich and, you know, some pickled onions and whatever, some sliced tomato, she would always put a bit of salt on them. And that is so good. I love salty food anyway. I really like salt on my food. Potatoes, you can't have potatoes without salt. Not in my house. Well, not on my plate, should I say. But tomatoes with a bit of salt on them, completely different thing. So, so, so good. So these tomatoes, love tomatoes. But you put them in a sauce and I'm out. Tomato-based sauces are not for me. Spaghetti bolognese, pizza sauce, no thank you. Don't ask me why, I've got no idea. It's the same ingredients, just mushed up, effectively, isn't it? Or concentrated. I mean, I don't say no to a pizza base that's got tomato on it, but if you're going to offer me the choice between, say, a tomato base and a barbecue base, barbecue every day of the week. And if you're going to say tomato base or no base, well, then I'm having the tomato base because, you put enough cheese and toppings on it, you can't really taste it that much anyway. But when you've got a tomato-based sauce, like pasta sauce, that kind of thing, a tomato-based pasta sauce, I just don't like it. I don't like it. Why is that? Jelly. How do you feel about jelly? For those of you not in the UK, what is jelly? Jelly for you guys in the States is what we call jam, like a fruit jam. Do you know what I mean? You spread it on bread. That's jelly, right, in the States? What is jelly to you guys? Our jelly here, I think you call Jello. It's like a fruity flavoured, I guess, wobbly set dessert. How do you explain what jelly is? I think you call it Jello. I think that's it. I just don't like it. What's that all about? I used to like it when I was a kid. I really did. I used to really like jelly and ice cream when I was little. I can't bear it now. Not even for the nostalgia of it. The texture of it, no. I do not like it. Ooh, no. No. I'm just thinking about eating it and I'm like, ugh. It just like slides down. No, I don't like it. See? Jelly, hard no for me. Then, water in a mug. Right? Like a mug you'd have your cup of tea in. Drinking water out of that. Now, my husband put this one in my mind because he did it the other day. I was genuinely horrified. He was taking tablets, just like vitamins and stuff, before he started his day. And he got a mug out of the cupboard and drank water out of it. I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You've just got a mug out of the same cupboard that the glasses are in. So why would you not take a glass? Because water belongs in a glass. Just like you wouldn't drink tea, hot tea, from a plastic beaker. I mean, travel mugs and flasks and things, different story. That's a whole different kettle of fish. But you wouldn't get a plastic beaker out of the cupboard and make a cup of tea in it, would you? Same thing. It's just the rules. You do not drink water from a mug. It's just weird. It's just really strange. Water in a glass, please. Water in a glass. Cutlery. How are you with cutlery? I cannot eat savoury food with a spoon. Unless it's soup, obviously, because ain't no one got time for trying to balance soup on a fork. I mean, that would make for a fun game, but a frustrating one, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm not eating savoury food with a spoon. So a risotto or pasta, that sort of thing, I'm not eating it with a spoon. I'm just not. It has to be a fork, doesn't it? Even things that are arguably more sensible to eat with a spoon, like a risotto, even like a pasta dish, because if it's got sauce and stuff, or bolognese, I get that it makes more sense to eat it with a spoon because then you're not dropping things through the slats on the fork and ending up down your top and all of that. But it's just not right, is it? Fork. That's what you've got to have, a fork. Pasta shapes. I don't care what anybody says, different shapes taste different. Do they not? Now, I am a penne girl, or the shells. What do they call the shells? Like conge something. I can't remember. But I love a shell, and I love just a standard penne. Oh, and do you know what my favourite is when it comes to pasta? I don't know the names of pasta, right? So I'm not even going to try anymore. But the giant tubes of pasta, they are my favourite. Hang on, let me have a Google. 2 seconds. Found it. Rigatoni. Giant rigatoni. That's the best. I love them. I really, really love them. But bow shapes? No. They are not right. Not right at all. Why is that? It makes no sense at all. It's made of the same stuff. It should taste the same. In my head, I don't enjoy it as much. Odd. Just odd, isn't it? Jacket potatoes. Gorgeous, comforting, perfect jacket potatoes. I love it. And I'll take them a few different ways. If I'm in a hurry, I'm quite happy to just put one in the microwave, and as long as it's cooked through, that's fine by me. I really, really love an oven-baked jacket potato though. Oh, you know when they go all fluffy inside and the skin's all nice and crispy? That is the best. That is the absolute best. It's actually one of the few things that I have positive memories of as a child around food. Loved jacket potato when I was little because they were done properly in our house. I've also done jacket potatoes in the slow cooker. That is a treat. Honestly, that was a game changer when I found out about that. Slow cooker jacket potatoes. If you want to know, drop me a message and I'll explain it. But that was really, really good. And air fryer. I've done them in the air fryer as well. It's so good. Jacket potatoes, great. If they're the frozen kind though, no. If they come out the freezer, no thank you. You know, in the supermarkets, they do them in boxes of, 2 or 4, and you just get them out and you put them in the microwave or you put them in the oven to warm up or whatever. No, I think they taste slightly different. I genuinely do. I don't know why, because it's still just a potato, right? But I think they go a weird texture. I don't know. What do you think? Do they? Don't they? Have you tried them? Do you agree? Am I just being stupid? Beans. Baked beans. Love a baked bean. Do you know what I really love? I love a baked bean when you've cooked them in a pan on the hob and you've really cooked them so they go a little bit thick. You know, like the sauce thickens up and the beans thicken up. They get a bit stodgy. That's my favourite way to have baked beans. But I love them. They're really, really good. You have things like sausage and mash and baked beans. Baked beans and mashed potato. Brilliant. They're just an all-round good, can't be bothered to cook veg today, so what shall I have instead? Baked beans. They're brilliant. And I love egg yolk. Now, bear with me. I am going somewhere with this. I love egg yolk. I love an egg with a runny yolk. Oh, a poached egg, a fried egg, a boiled egg, runny yolks. Love them. Absolutely brilliant. But if you put baked beans and egg on a plate, for me, you best not be putting them side by side, because if I cut into that yolk and the yolk runs into my beans, I'm not going to be happy. That's it. Ruined. If they run into each other, ruined. I don't want yolky beans, right? I just don't. Can't explain it because I loathe. That was a little Freudian slip, wasn't it? I love them both. Mixed together, no, I'm not having it. No. Let's go back to the cutlery a minute as well. I am really fussy about the cutlery I use. I cannot tell you what I am looking for in a fork or a knife or a spoon, but you best believe I know when it's not the right one. I know full well by looking at a fork if I'm going to like eating with it or not. Sometimes you have no choice. If you go to a wedding or you go to a restaurant or you go to, where else? Somebody else's house, maybe. Sometimes you don't have a choice. But I begrudgingly, shall we say, eat with that cutlery. I can't even tell you what it is that I need in a knife and a fork and a spoon, but I just know. I just know. Are you the same? My daughter's the same. And I don't know why, because it might be my influence, but actually, one of mine is really fussy about cutlery. The other one is not. So I don't think that's necessarily my influence. And now, actually, that Jess has moved out, we have got this one set of cutlery that if she comes here to eat, that set of cutlery has to come out. Just the one knife and fork for her. Honestly, it's bizarre. It's bizarre. But what is that all about? My husband gave me a good food example of his food quirks too. So he said he loves crusty bread. You know, like proper, fresh, crusty bread. He loves a baguette. But he does not like a crusty roll. You know, like bread roll. I don't know how to describe this. Even just up and down the UK, there are different words for this. Would you believe it? Some call it a biscuit. Some call it a bun. Some call it a bap. Honestly, I couldn't even tell you, even in the UK, how many variances there are on how to describe a bread roll. So worldwide, I don't stand a hope in hell. But my husband does not like a crusty bread roll. Yet he loves a baguette. So yeah, see, that's ridiculous as well. And I genuinely do not understand what the difference can be. I just don't. I know the actual bread itself, the recipe is going to be different, but other than that, where is the logic? Where is the logic? So yeah, I am aware that all this sounds a little bit ridiculous, but I also know that I am not alone, am I? How much have you sat nodding to here while you've been listening to me? How many things that I've said have you gone, yep, I'm with you, Terry? But here's the thing, right? Let's actually have a useful message in this episode, shall we? We're allowed to like what we like, aren't we? And we're allowed to not have a reason. I don't have a reason for why my egg yolk should not run into my beans. I don't have a reason why I don't like scrambled eggs and I like every other egg under the sun. I just don't. But I also don't need to justify it. I don't need to have a reason. I don't need to be able to explain it. And it's okay for these things to not be hard and fast either. It's okay to change our minds about these things. There is no moral value attached to preferring grated cheese to the sliced cheese in a sandwich. It does not have to make sense. It does not have to be logical. It just has to be what I enjoy eating. So the same for you. It doesn't matter how you like things. It doesn't matter that you crazy Americans like peanut butter and jelly. What is that? Now, I genuinely joke, obviously, when I say you crazy Americans, that I just mean it's just a bit of fun. I hope you know that. Because I cannot even comprehend putting our jam, what you call jelly, in a sandwich with some peanut butter. It's just not a thing we do here. It's just not a thing we do here. But that's okay, because you guys, you do you, right? If that's what you like to eat, whatever you like to eat, It just has to be what you enjoy eating. I don't have to enjoy it. You have to enjoy it. If the food's going in your mouth, then you're the person who needs to enjoy it. And these quirks are just a part of being human anyway, aren't they? Life would be no fun if we all liked the same thing as everybody else liked. So, if you've been telling yourself that your food preferences are weird, or they're fussy, or they're childish, or they're wrong, then this is your permission slip to just own them and decide that they're just you, right? So anyway, I would like to hear more from you. I would like to hear more of your food quirks, please. So you can tag me, you can DM me, you can reply to my stories, you can send me an email. There is a link in the show notes if you want to email me. There is also a text the show link, and you can just send me a text message. And if there is enough stuff coming in from you guys that's different to what I've talked about today, then there might be a part 2 on the cards if there's enough to laugh about between us. And if all of this feels a bit silly, then also know that your food relationship is a little bit complicated underneath, isn't it? And if you feel it like it's all a little bit too complicated, then you know where I am. Okay, you can come and book a coaching session with me. You can join the membership. There's plenty of options for how I can support you. No judgment, no food rules, just support. That's all you need from me. I do genuinely want to hear about your weird food things, though. The weirder, the better, actually. I want stuff that's going to make me go, what the hell? I want that. I want to be massively amused and confused by your food choices. Let's just have some fun with it. That's what food should be, right? Fun. Okay, let's do some comments before we go. I love the comments. I get loads of comments on YouTube. I'm over the moon with that. But yeah, please. This week, actually, I've had YouTube comments. I've had email comments. I've had DMs. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. I really love it. So thank you very much. Tasha said to me on YouTube, have I done a special podcast for today, being yesterday, as it's International No Diet Day? I have not. But do you know why? Because every day is No Diet Day on this podcast. Every day that you get a new episode, it's all No Diet Day. But I love that you knew about that, Tasha. That's amazing. I had some great comments as well about the episode about what you do when nothing fits. You know, the rebuilding your wardrobe episode that I did. Nicola said, I'm exactly the same. I completely emptied my wardrobe over the last 18 months and I'm steadily selling everything that doesn't fit me anymore, whilst at the same time picking up some right old bargains, which will. Plus side, I have tons of lovely new stuff. Downside, I can't move into the spare room for things that I am selling. I didn't ever once say to you that it was the perfect solution. But that's brilliant. That's so good to hear. The fact that you are able to have a good clean out, feel good about it because you're also replacing stuff. Brilliant. That's exactly what it's meant to be, isn't it? Karen also sent me a message following that same episode. And she said, hi, Terry, I was, as you described in the podcast, nothing fitted, especially in my top half. I discovered Vinted and I also love shopping at charity shops. I've bought some larger tops and bought some loose dresses that will see me through my body now. Dresses being more comfortable, not having to worry about a top and a bottom. And some tops to go with trousers and jeans. I think it's the way forward. Thank you. Good podcast. Thank you, Karen. That's it, isn't it? Sometimes you just need a couple of key pieces. You need a couple of tops that will go with trousers and jeans. You need a couple of nice comfy dresses that will see you through. Because even if your body is changing, even if it is moving one way or the other, even if you're not happy in the size you're in now, you still have to dress that body. And actually, that's a really nice way to get some clothes on the cheap that will see you through while your body is still changing and settling. I'm so pleased. I love it. Well done, Karen. Oh, and also I had some really nice comments from people after my troll experience. Do you remember that? It was only a couple of episodes ago, but I'd forgotten that it was even a thing now. Because guess what? My troll has disappeared. She got bored and she buggered off. Haha, I think that is a win for me. But I had some really, really nice comments. I had really great comments. People saying, well, I appreciate your podcast, Terry. I appreciate your channel. I'm sorry to hear that you had nasty comments. And then there was lovely people saying, just block them and protect your space and all that sort of thing. And yeah, absolutely. If she was getting to me, I'd have, without a doubt, blocked her. Sometimes, though, I just like to have a little bit of fun because I'm a happy person and the troll is not a happy person. So I'm having more fun than they are. But yeah, it was really, really nice to hear from you supporting me and the podcast and the things that I've got to say. And I love it. I just love the support. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sometimes it feels a little like I'm just sat here talking to the wall in front of me. And I know you're right there and I know you're listening, but these interactions just mean the world to me because it's like I can have a conversation with you, or it means that I know that the stuff that I'm giving you is useful and is, working or whatever. So that is fabulous. I think that's it. I think that's the comments that I have for now. So I'm going to love you and leave you now. I think we're done here. Just to let you know, there's only a couple of spaces left in the membership. So if you are on the fence, debating whether or not to come in, then may I suggest you tip off to the one side of that fence and come in and join us. Because I keep the group intentionally small. The group stays at under 10 people at all times because I want it to be a space where people feel like it's personal and can make friends with other people in there and can feel supported. And, sometimes you go into these groups, it doesn't really matter what it is, but sometimes if you go into a group call for whatever reason and you show up and there's 20, 30, 40 people on the screen in front of you, you're like, oh, well, I may as well just be 1 in 1,000 in the room for what it's worth. And so for that reason, I keep the membership very small. I keep it to less than 10 people. I don't want the membership to grow to a point where people feel lost and they can't build relationships and they can't talk to other people. So, and the fact that you want the support in a session too, right? You want to be able to speak. You want to have time to talk about a situation that you're going through. It's no good rocking up to a group coaching session and having to battle with 40, 50 other people to get a spot in the room to talk to me. Everybody's got plenty of time to talk to me the way it is at the moment. So there are only a couple of spaces left in the membership before I have to close the doors again. So if you want in, come and join me. It is literally only, if you take the kind of the standard package, it's £30 a month. That's £30 to build relationships with people that know what you're talking about, that feel the same way that you do, that have been on this journey for a little while and can help support you. That's £30 for 2 group coaching sessions a month and workshop session and group expert sessions and resources and mini courses and meditations. And there's so much in there, and it's only £30 a month. So come on in and join us. I mean, there is a higher tier because you can also have a package with personal support as well, with personal coaching. But just focusing on the general kind of standard group package, I'd love you to join me. If you're thinking about it, come on in and meet the wonderful women that are in there. And if you join now, we're just going into a new month. So we've got a workshop session coming up, and the vote on it at this point in the membership, because each month I put out a poll. What do you want the workshop session to be about? And I give 2 options. The poll this month at the moment is level, equal votes. So you could come in and sway that vote one way or the other. I'm not going to tell you what the sessions are. You'll have to come and join the membership to find out, won't you? But come and join us. I'd really love that. So yeah, act now, please, before it's too late and you are facing a closed door and you're sorry. I'm just gonna stop now. I'm just gonna stop waffling. I've had a lovely time. Thanks for making me smile. I will speak to you next week. Take it easy. Bye bye.